Hey everyone.
Hey!
Welcome back.
It's disco time again. Thank you. It's disco time.
It's disco time.
It's
also
disco time.
A whole new year, so you know.
I like how... Oh, I thought this was saying we are here in both of those locations, which, you know, felt reasonable.
You're like, yes.
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 Yeah, we've been off for Christmas, and you guys have been very patient. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Currently, we're looking for a tape, and we had like a check that said there was like something swinging in a tree or something.
What? A check? Do you want to check the list then if that's the case?
Well, I don't know if it was a check, but
no,
I mean like the check told us.
Yeah.
It was a check elsewhere that is now complete.
Walk back to the canal. Okay, so walk back to the canal. So it's probably on the other side, right?
Maybe. I thought people had said that it was like on Rue de Saint-Gislat, which is this area, right?
Gislane, yeah. Gislane?
I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Let's inform the dice maker while we're here then if we can't find it easy, and then go for a romp.
Where is the tree? This poor guy. We're gonna turn him into a... I feel like people said it was kind of around the pawn shop, which is here, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's no more trees. Maybe...
After this, friends, we want to go inform the dice maker of the doomed commercial area situation.
What's that? Traffic beyond the gate, more abandoned motor lorries. Well, sure.
The sign says no entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star on it.
What's this?
Yes.
Hey, we got some magnesium. And this thing... Ooh. Hang on. Give me various tools of breaking and entering. Which one of these will open this? Oh, hey!
Whoa!
We got some sunnies! +1 empathy. Well, we gotta put those on straight away. It's been ages since we got new clothes. Not that you'd be able to see them. With this hat on.
Should we change the hat then?
Yes, we should change the hat.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice. Good.
Put them on. Okay. They're not noticeably different from these ones, but still.
No, great. Good.
We're
we
cool.
love it.
We're so cool. I wonder, is there any way of checking the logs or something?
You like what it told us before?
Back to the canal and see if you find any tapes. This is the canal. Let's just walk back to the church from here and see if anything
Shows up.
Yeah. How do I get up from here? I'll just read it. So I have this whole theory. You know how we know that Kuno S
Yeah.
murdered a kid?
Yes.
I think that these guys were triplets and one of them got murdered.
Ooh. What makes you think that?
Because there's something weird about those kids.
Uh-huh.
And that's all I got.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Okay, no sign. We will, between episodes, check the old episode and find out what it said specifically.
Yeah, yeah. Shall we
So that
move
we
on
can-
then and talk about that?
Yeah.
Friends, we have been
Having
New Year's romps.
Yeah, having romps.
Romps. We went to Matu Island in the middle of the Te Whanganui-a-Tara, the Wellington Harbour.
We sure did. It was awesome.
It was really good, and the weather was spectacular. It's summer here. I'm sure people know that, but yeah, it's beautiful.
Maybe not everybody knows that.
Maybe not everyone knows that. And Wellington in particular is kind of well known for not having good weather.
Yeah, it's one of the windiest cities in the world.
Yeah. But no, it was spectacular. We had a lovely time, and we romped around. We did a twilight walk. We saw tuatara. We saw
This is a tuatara.
yes.
It's a little dinosaur. It's not actually that closely related to lizards. It's more closely related to dinosaurs, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to chat to her and then we can talk about? Yeah.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Well, seeing as you never actually gave me the die, it's literally not in our...
I thought, did we not get it? I thought we did pick it up.
Hang on. I'm 99% sure the object is not in our... Yeah, there's no die.
Cursed was the cursed what?
What?
The thing you just hovered over on the right? Down? Yeah, there.
Oh, it's a circle.
Yeah.
Have we
she gave
done
us the die?
Hang on. The spherical die with an octahedral cavity and a small internal weight will settle with one of the 6 phases facing up. God is indifferent. Take all. Lose all. 50-50. Nothing happens. And pale. Oh. God is indifferent. Take all. Lose all. 50-50. Nothing happens. And pale. It's made of bog oak bill, colouring it malevolent black. Note. Look at the map tab in journal to see which white checks have opened.
Ooh.
So I guess getting that meant that we... Sorry, I'm just trying to mute my phone. It opened some white checks for us?
I guess so, but we would have
That
seen.
was so
We've
long
checked-
ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, we do have the die.
Okay, I thought
Oh, it's you
she
again.
screwed
Are you
us.
looking for a die?
I think I found the actual source of the
You mean the
curse.
curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
Yeah, well, about that.
Can I say it's a bit more complicated though?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Should we just say it? There's a 2mm hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal. I think it may be related to Pale.
She's not going to believe a word we're saying, but
Doesn't
let's
matter,
do
let's
it.
do it.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am.
Yes!
Sona Lukanen killed the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery.
I love that he backed us up.
Sona is involved in this?
She appears to take this in while the chatter from her headphones continues unabated.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
Don't worry about it.
I kind of want to say this one, even though I agree that
What,
the
no?
whole world is doomed, but just because I want to see what she says
Okay.
in response.
Yeah.
So what? No, I wouldn't go so far as to say the entire world is doomed.
Just Martinez?
She gives us a rueful smile and takes a look around.
In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
Okay. I wonder if we can say anything to Plaisance.
Shall we try?
Because even though I don't want to blow her mind, I kind of do want to see what happens.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Tell people more about our romps.
So we
Izza.
saw Tuatara, we saw, what else did we see? A whole
Looks
bunch
like
of,
someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
Skis and rollerblades. Okay.
But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to? The other two finish the thought. Yeah.
That's a good question.
So we've got what a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad. And then that's just speculation. We don't know anything for sure. I like the top one.
Yeah.
Reality is ruthless.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is-
So we saw, also we saw a whole bunch of different native birds.
we had a really cool, even though at the time it was a little bit frustrating. We had a cool moment when we were trying to
do the loop track.
do a loop track around the island, and then
There were some gold chicks, which are actually huge.
so this is a type of gull. Do you want to look up their Māori name? We're trying to get more in the habit of, not just us, like lots of people in Aotearoa are trying to get more in the habit of using the Māori name for birds. They're a black-backed seagull. Here's a picture of one. Ta-da! They're huge. Anyway, they were nesting on the island, and
Karoro?
Pardon?
Karoro.
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 Where are we?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Okay, we can't tell her. Okay, that's fine. Can we tell her kid?
So these large grumpy
Hi,
looking birds
Ace
are known for their
Detective.
intelligence
Are
and
you
ability
here
to
from the
hassle other
book?
birds out of a meal. Well, we walked under this sign, this marker, and there was one sitting up there looking a little bit grumpy.
Here's the photo of it.
Yeah, so looking a little bit shitty and defensive. And we walked around the corner and we saw why, because there were 3 chicks, and by chicks they were probably more I don't know, adolescents sort of. They were still fluffy.
Yeah.
So huge birds.
They were able to walk around, as we saw.
standing on the path, and we were like, ugh. I mean, first of all, the gulls get quite defensive. Where are we heading to next?
Well, I'm trying to remember what's the fastest way to get to Everett, through the front or through the back.
Go through the front.
Okay.
First of all, they get really defensive and dive bomb you, so not great. But second of all, we didn't. The main thing was we didn't want to frighten the chicks and get them to like leap off the cliff.
Yeah,
the
we didn't want
side.
them to freak out and just like do something really unsafe.
Yeah, so we turned around and we went the other way. And at this point, we still hadn't seen any tuatara.
Even though we'd specifically gone for a walk at dusk because we'd been told this was the best.
Location and time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we went back, we saw them.
The tuatara. Yeah.
So it turned out really well, actually.
The gulls technically saved us,
They did.
which was really fun.
And
And it was also kind of fun just because it was like, we're making decisions to protect our wildlife.
oh, yeah.
You know, like, we're like assessing the situation as completely unqualified people and being like, we think the best choice
Is to turn around and
is to
leave
turn
the babies
around.
alone. Yeah.
Well, I should save it before we go in there. I'm so scared of Everett. Just like deeply terrified.
yeah.
All right, anything we should put on when facing Everett? What have we got?
Authority, maybe?
Yeah. Clothes.
Oh, drama. We lie. We're going to lie. I think it's drama we need. And then secondly, maybe authority, but I think drama.
What's our jacket giving us at the moment? Logic? Maybe suggestion will be... What does Half-Life Light give us again?
I don't recall.
Okay. So many different jackets.
Yes. Few negatives. Oh, there we go. That's good. Yeah.
We love the bow tie. Even if it doesn't talk to us.
I know. So disappointed. Is that Different from the one that we have on. Yes. Okay. Nice.
We keep coming back to this outfit. The mesh shirt, the kimono, and the
And
bow
the hat.
tie.
Yeah, and the bow tie and the hat.
Okay. Too many jackets. What has our hat got on it?
Yeah.
Reaction speed. I mean. Yeah. Okay. I think
Okay, we'll
I've
leave
gone
it.
through
Leave it.
everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go chat.
You look like such a fucking idiot.
Hi.
Okay.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes.
Yeah, and I can.
Now, what can Emerald Claire do for you today?
It's the middle one 4. It's done. I've mailed the signatures you asked me to mail. I am keen to look at some of the other ones, but I think let's get this one done.
First. Yeah.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry.
He claps
Of
his hands
course.
together
I
like
already
a
knew
child
this.
who's been offered cotton candy.
My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry, and I feel I can finally trust you now.
Ah.
You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the
Give
table.
us our gun.
See, forging that signature really paid off.
I mean,
Well done, sire. By guile and deceit, you're in.
Ooh. Well, let's start with the thing we want the most, which is, can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done.
Fine. Where is it?
fine, where is it?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
We knew that! Who is she and where is she?
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
So the gun's still with the woman who bought it from Roy.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway,
Yeah,
the
us.
neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Who
is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be?
She's got a gun.
Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
Okay, good.
So she thinks she's a cop?
No,
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't think that. I think it's either like a play on it or like ripping into it or something else. Yeah. But
I,
also,
for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
a smile flickers at the corner of his mouth. I was going to say, he, being Everett, says, she's just an old lady. How dangerous can she be? Well, first of all, she's got a gun. So
Yeah, anybody's dangerous with a gun. A toddler's dangerous with a gun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, but also, like, without a gun, it doesn't matter. She could be dangerous. We don't know nothing about her.
Yeah.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
She wasn't waving it around at people?
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
Right.
Yet. Can you set up a meeting?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village.
Okay.
Be careful,
10.
Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this.
We
Now,
should put on
back to
all
the fun
armor.
stuff.
Yes.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
Okay, we
cool,
mustn't
cool.
forget about that.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Did you order the Hanged Man Guild?
Order it? You know my men didn't kill him.
Somebody
They told
did.
you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that.
I'm not going to ask him why he's so fat.
What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
They're trained military people. Aren't you afraid for your men?
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
That's a fair point.
We're not ultra liberals.
How is this connected to the strike? I mean, we can draw the connections, but let's have him
Harry,
explain
there is
it.
no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that.
Dawn raid means something very different here in Aotearoa, but yeah.
Do you want to explain that to people?
So the dawn raids happened actually through a couple of decades, but like largely in the 70s and 80s, right?
I must say I don't know a huge amount about
It was
them.
a...
I mean, I know the basics. but-
Yeah, like a targeted...
It was basically the government cracking down on what they thought was...
They thought that there were people who had come primarily from like the Pacific Islands, and they had thought that they were quote unquote overstaying or something like that, right? Or shouldn't be here. And then so they were targeting people whether or not they should, and were raiding them in the dawn, in the night, essentially, and like really horrific ways.
Like breaking into their houses
Yeah,
with guns
so
and stuff.
racial- yeah.
And, yeah, it was
Racially
racially
profiling.
based. Yeah, profiling and not just specific people. It happened to Māori as well, I think.
Yeah,
the
it
Uruweras.
was.
That was later though.
It was, yeah. So I might put a wee link because we're not explaining it very well.
Yeah,
So
we're
let's
not
put a link
experts
to the
on
Dawn
this.
raids. But there was an apology a couple of years ago and some, acts of reconciliation and stuff that happened alongside that.
And there's a movie that's just come out about some of it, anyway.
Okay, that's cool. I had definitely seen clips of people who'd been affected by it, and talking about their stories, and it was just like heartbreaking. How people were treated. So that's so when he's talking about dawn raids here, that's what I think about, which is quite specific to Aotearoa.
Yeah.
But they
I
still
might
do
be
it.
conflating two things actually. The stuff that was happening in the Uruweras. and
Yeah, I
the
was going to say
dawn
this is
raids.
primarily like
Pacific people.
Yeah. And what was I going to say?
But it was the same concept in the Uruwera. So the Uruweras, and then that's a weird way to say it because I'm combining Māori and English to create one word, which is not something you're supposed to do. But anyway, is a place in New Zealand, and a similar thing happened where the government was like, these people are storing guns, and Tamaiti, who's a particular guy, is gonna try and like do terrorist acts against the government and stuff because they don't believe in the white government as having sovereignty in New Zealand, which is true. They based on Te Tiriti o Waitangi, which is one of our founding documents, white people only actually have, the white government as such only has governance over the Pākehā people, the white people in New Zealand. They don't have governance over Māori people, and it's only through
yeah.
a whole lot of stuff that we can't go into here that people think otherwise. Anyway, they also got raided, and it was also like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I think something different, but same
Concept.
confluence of racism.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then I heard the other day, like, they were doing they did a dawn raid on someone, and I was like, we just apologize for whatever, and then, anyway, so, yeah.
Anyway, that was a bit of a mixed up dip
Definitely
into history in
Go
Aotearoa.
check the links because we're going from memory, friends.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
best if you're interested to check out some of the information that we put down below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just going back to the game, I'm a bit confused. So we know that they've been striking. What have they been striking for? Better pay?
Great question.
Just right?
I think we do know. It's just so long ago that I haven't actually retained that information.
If any of you remember, feel free to pop it in the comments.
I would, yeah.
My impression was that it was a bit mixed, like a bit.
I think there was some political maneuverings by I'm pointing friends at Everett.
Yeah, and it wasn't as simple from memory. It wasn't as simple as just like the people are being treated really badly and they're striking for
Although it sounds like they
decent
were.
treatment.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that's right. They had like an outrageous claim. They wanted like to own something.
No,
right?
I remember. They wanted every single person on the board.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. They wanted every single person on the board. Yeah. Which is impossible.
Not just a rep.
It's impossible if you're using a board structure. You can use different structures that allow things like annual general meetings where every single person has a vote.
Yeah.
But you can't. You'd have to change the
We're
structure.
not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
I guess.
The
Good for
word
you.
fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance.
Why are you telling me?
I'm going to say what because he might give us a bit more information first.
Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying.
Actually, no, it's not.
Okay. Fine. Thanks. Why are you telling me your plans?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It
good.
won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start.
We still don't know for sure whether the target of the gunshot that killed Lely was Lely or Klaja, right? We think it was Lely because she hasn't been shot since.
Yes, correct.
But we don't know 100% for sure.
Yeah, but we're pretty sure.
And
but
he's saying it wasn't him,
no.
but he's benefiting from it anyway.
It's already happening.
Okay. Let's start to work through some of these, eh?
Yeah. Can I ask this one first?
Yeah.
Who killed him?
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
He really doesn't know. The guy, huh?
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
I mean, considering his background, he could have had a hit placed against him for all sorts of different reasons.
Potentially, yeah.
He really doesn't.
Okay, I'm glad we put the drama on because it's weeding out lies. And
Can I ask this one?
Yeah, the signature's like, oh, I know you plan to force them out with construction noise.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
What the fuck?
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, We are going to reset it.
Okay, so that's interesting that he seems genuine about the fact that he wants to make that situation better, even though the people there didn't want. Like, what am I trying to say? You know, when people are like, they don't understand how gentrification works, and they're like, we're going to make this area better by building new houses. You know, and they are actually coming from a genuine place, even though the effect is fucked up.
See, I don't necessarily think he's coming from a genuine place. I think he doesn't give a shit.
Okay. Could be either or both of those things. Also, just as a completely random aside, I just noticed he's got a picture of a person which looks like a woman on his desk.
It's not just him? You're closer to the screen than I am.
It's not him.
Okay. I feel like Everett is the sort of person who would have a picture of himself.
on his
Although,
desk.
also remember that he has a twin. And they share this job.
He has a twin. I had completely forgotten about that. No, the person in that picture has either long hair or is wearing like a
Something on their
something
head.
like a veil or a hijab or something like that.
Reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds
There
on
you
the
go.
coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce.
Yeah, I don't think he cares
What's a
about them.
municipal building?
Isn't that just like a government
Yeah.
type of building? Friends, it's not a term we would use. Well, at least not commonly. Right, I'm looking it up.
I'm
Harry,
not asking the next
imagine a
question while you
youth
do that.
centre supermarket church complex, employing hundreds,
Yeah.
no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing.
It's essentially a local government building, like
Local
so
government,
relating
okay.
to town or district or its governing body, e.g., municipal offices. So local government. We would just
Youth
say local.
Centre Supermarket Church. Amazing. So many things.
Youth Centre Supermarket Church.
So many things.
Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Youth Supermarket Church Complex? Do you really expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are
It's
already
doomed.
turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
Interesting.
He's incredibly judgmental. I mean, people live in abject poverty, but he's also incredibly judgmental about how people are living their lives in that circumstance, right?
Yeah. It feels like, I mean, it's hard to know with Everett what things he's saying are truthful and what things aren't. But, again, it feels more of that kind of like, I feel like I'm going to solve all these problems, but not actually necessarily engaging with the people on how they want their problems solved.
Yeah, I think like solving the concept, the problems as a concept, as opposed to actually, yeah, as you, I'm rephrasing exactly what you said, as opposed to actually helping people.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually give a shit about people. He's kind of like, I've got a problem and I'll solve it.
Yeah, he's interested in, it's like people who work in councils. Sorry if you work in a council who are like, we're going to solve this at a structural level, but we're not actually going to engage at all with the people in the community and find out what their actual needs are.
And then allow 40% of your water to be lost on the way to your house. Fuck.
So sorry, just a little bit of again local context.
Wellington water is fucked. That's the context.
That's the context, and they're asking us to go into water restriction mode at the moment because there hasn't been enough rain, I guess, even though there's been heaps of rain.
That'll just be the reserve doesn't have enough in it. Which, fine, we can go into water restrictions, but also, like, fix your fucking pipes!
40% of the water that goes from the reserves towards our houses does not make it to our houses because the pipes here are so fucked!
Fucking furious.
And, like, you drive anywhere in Wellington and you'll notice, like, oh, that's just a random pipe that's, like, just spitting water all over the road.
There was a pipe down a few corners away from our house. This could be anywhere in Wellington, though. Like, it's a common story. It was spitting water out onto the road for like 3 whole months.
It was at least 3 months, if not longer.
It was just litres of water a second just gushing into the road. And it's been reported multiple times. And they're just like, yeah, I mean, we'll get to it. Because everything else is fucked as well.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those all through the city. And then they're like, you need to restrict your water. There was a post on Facebook this week that was like, you should only do 1 load of washing per week.
And it wasn't like per person, it was like per household.
Per household. Can you imagine if you had children with nappies? Oh my gosh.
Anyway, friends, this is something we're just absolutely furious about.
We're ratepayers and we're like, fuck you, council! Anyway, he's going to try and get the church. That's interesting.
Yes,
we think
okay.
we know that will.
There
that
is
will.
true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things.
Oh, this
and
is
even
interesting.
a touch of pain. And then there will be a giant statue of him towering above it all.
Let's ask. Wait, will you erect a statue to yourself?
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, kids off speed, and landowners in a zone hating me. That will be my statue. And yours. We're doing this together.
I actually feel like Harry would kind of be into that.
You would look nice as a statue.
I knew you were. I don't know. I kind of just want to be like, cool, have fun with that.
Have fun with that, yeah. I'm going to say this one.
Damn
and you are
right
up to something.
I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
Cool. How many of you guys are there in the union?
There was a question back in amongst all that I would have really liked to have had the answer to. Were we in this part of the conversation? I'm just going to skip through.
Well, let's just say
So the village is doomed.
you were there. Reset. Harry, enough is enough.
Low.
Yeah, this
We're
one
taking
here.
this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Low-income housing. If even part of this is true, then why not?
I accept your salute, Harry. All of it is true. I've got the centre, I've got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years I'll get the church too.
There is true indignation. And then there will be a giant statue of him towering above it all.
Okay, I'm just going to say
Damn
what we
right
said
I'm
before.
up to something,
Okay,
Harry.
how
I'm
many
gonna
of you
make
guys
the
are there in
working
the
man
union?
At 2,372, plus yours truly, of course.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
I saw this amazing video of, I don't know if it was current, of farmers in France who were protesting about something. The video didn't have any details. And just like the sheer, like we all know that France is well known for like...
They do their protests well.
They do their protests well. They don't half-ass their protests in France. Just the sheer chaos of people who have industrial-sized machinery protesting. They were like, they just put their like big combine harvesters and stuff like in the middle of roads.
Yeah.
And so traffic could not go on. It's like, who's going to tow that? Your tow trucks aren't big enough.
Just like, fuck you!
And then they had a machine that was like spitting out concrete through a big hose, and they were like hosing all this concrete onto like what looked like a government building. And another one was like a big mulcher of some kind that they'd like tipped all of this like documentation that the government had sent them about how
Whatever it is they were protesting.
like rules or something, and they were just like spilling that out all over government property.
Shit.
And I was just like, yes! Yes! Power to the people!
How are you going to fund your new independent harbour?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through?
Well, they've got
How
a drug
am I
trade.
going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Everything?
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double
Will
time.
they?
You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on.
Yep.
We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
Well, this is the thing about capitalism, right? Is that money is sucked away from the people who do the work.
Yeah. Yeah. You compare this to like the power that Amazon has over the entire retail market in the entire world, and you're like, yeah, actually, if one area could be like, fuck you, we're not going to give you as much money, we're going to give more of the money to the workers, like, yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Of course he's a slimy, creepy bastard.
I was about to say this. I was about to say the same thing. Like, this guy is an absolute fucking menace. Like, he's awful. But yeah.
It's like a devil's bargain, right? Like, you know, you're screwed if you go with Wild Pines.
Yes.
And you're also screwed if you go with this guy, because he's not up to good stuff either.
That's drugs.
That's drugs.
That's drugs, yeah.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, though, isn't it?
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column.
And it's like how some of the ingredients in meth are also in...
pseudoephedrine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his Benefed, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperidone.
Benefed is a children's cold medicine, usually apricot flavored, and risperidone is used to treat severe psychosis.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Benadryl and risperidone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
Yeah, see... Anyway.
I mean, he's talking about getting the kids off speed in one sentence, and then in the next he's like...
But we're going to supply them with it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, I do see a certain logic in, like, the... Like, when we were talking to the Hardys earlier, they were saying, better for us to control the drug trade than...
Someone else.
Yeah, people who don't care who gets access to what and don't care about the impact of that. Which, like, do you care who gets access to what? And do you care about the impact of it?
It's about who's collecting the money at the end.
Yeah, and like, but I can see the logic in, you know, like we're both pro the legalization of Class A drugs because all of the science says that actually,
From a health perspective, yeah.
from a health perspective and from a crime perspective,
Yeah.
because then you're not seeing people going into prisons for basically desperation, right?
Yeah. So it's yes, we're both pro treat it as a health issue, not a criminal issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that situation, you've got better legal frameworks around who has access to drugs and where they have access to drugs and how that's handled and how support can be given to
And
them.
the quality of those drugs, and people know what they're getting and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not getting kids ending up snorting something that's mixed with something that's going to give them permanent brain damage or something like that, right? Like, yeah, so there is an argument to be made in all of this, but I don't think it's the argument that Everard is
because
making.
they're both talking about they're not talking about that. They're just talking about who's taking control of the money.
Yeah.
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 But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
He's basically admitting to it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's heaps.
So we've got a few interesting options here. So the first one is Ruby helping you secure this fantastic share? And then drugs are no go for me, I'll report this. Then I have to admit that's a well put together plan and far removed from you. Then number 4 is interesting stuff. I just want to solve this murder, okay?
I'm pro that one.
And number 5 is makes sense to regulate the drug trade like this, keeps it out of more dangerous hands.
I think this is above our pay grade. I'm just saying, like this is a
well, this
much
is sort of
larger.
what I
problem.
was kind of trying to talk about,
But they're not regulating it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're absolutely not regulating it. That's not what they're talking about, as you just said.
I think interesting stuff. Let's
I
get on
kind
with
of
the
want to
murder.
ask this question because we still don't know a lot about Ruby.
Okay.
Is Ruby helping you secure this fantastic
Harry,
share?
if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
I don't know what that means. Let's just get on with the murder because this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. I just want to solve this murder, okay?
You know why you're such a good detective, Harry? You don't get sidetracked.
That's not true at
You
all!
care about the people you're supposed to protect, not some systems that may or may not be unethical.
We
Poor
do
Kim
care.
constantly being like, could we just do our job?
We're like out there checking locusts.
And rustling through rubbish bins? Fuck.
No, I guess here it's like this is a really big problem, and we're not going to solve the drug trade by having this conversation with everyone.
Yeah, that's true. And also it's not really Harry's role to do that, or not do that.
I mean, but
right?
it wasn't our role to go check the locusts either. But yeah, I mean,
we were doing that on the
do
clock as a cop. We were doing that as a concerned citizen.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez.
I don't think that's true. I think it probably is. It might be physically a small part of the turnover, but it's probably financially a large part of it.
Yeah, and I mean the issue with the illegal drug trade is that it takes advantage of people, right? Like that's
Yeah.
and he's just saying I don't care about that element of it because I want to make money.
So go on.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music.
This guy
Young
just
mothers
talks
who want to
shit.
start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel.
Yeah, what's your point?
I'm going to unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight.
Okay.
Okay.
Do people have a choice about this?
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Okay.
Well, who cares?
Hang on. Let's start with the top one.
Okay, hold on. I don't want to look at the big picture. I want to look at the drug trade you almost admitted to.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it.
Liar.
Okay.
Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
He, is he? Are there microphones in here and he's, like, projecting this conversation somewhere?
He looks around the container, the empty container.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was weird.
I'm not feeling a whole lot of Revachol here. Not enough flags or kings. I don't know what that means, but I feel like...
I want to say that.
No? How come?
Because I feel like that's coming from a Viva la Revachol place. Can we
Yes.
just say this one?
Sure.
It's honestly not my place to judge or express an
I mean, it
opinion.
is exactly our place to do that, but yeah, that's, yeah.
Or do we want to say this one? That's very ambitious. I love what you're
No,
doing for
I
the
hate
working
that.
man. Yeah. Because he's a lying liar who lies, right?
Yeah.
Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable.
He
You
stares
will
at you
always
lovingly.
have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez.
This guy is such a shit.
He stares at us lovingly. Oh, can I ask you about specific union members?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that.
That's it. We've asked him
He
everything.
loves to run his
Leonard's
mouth
his brother,
on such
right?
matters. But
No,
I'm in
is that the
big
guy out
time
the door?
mode,
I
Harry.
think so. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Well, look,
did everything.
Yeah.
Great, Harry, great.
I don't know
I
that we got
think
anything
we've
out of
truly
that.
built a
Oh, the
bridge
gun, I
between
guess.
Martinez and
gun.
Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Suddenly there's sadness in his tone.
This
Whoa.
has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
Yeah, let's ask him about. Tell him about the container I asked you about.
Yeah,
Turns out there's a bigger
I
rich
wanted
light
to say
bending
that
guy
earlier.
inside. Yes, we do have time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember the container I asked you about? It turns out there's a mega rich light bending guy inside.
Mega rich light bending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there?
He's so rich he could get in anywhere.
Or slime like him must have oozed in through the cracks.
Oh my gosh. Or he must have been in the container when someone accidentally closed the door. I like the
I
top
mean,
one.
I think he put himself in
I
here.
think so too, yeah.
Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich light bending guys.
Did you?
I think he wants to take down the proletariat Everett. I don't think he said that, but
No.
I do like that. We could stir the pot a little bit.
Some
Kim,
of him,
tell him he was there. Kim, tell him he was there. Kim.
Some of them maybe a figment of my imagination. Okay, you want
Oh,
me to
I want
say
Kim to back us up, yeah.
There was a guy in the container, but he didn't bend any light. That was in the detective's head.
He bended our perception of him.
He absolutely
Honestly,
did.
guys, we might be moving a spot of drugs through this harbour, but I won't be caught transporting the light bending mega rich. I have a reputation to protect.
Yeah, the transport. Hang on.
Let's read these out. So
Yeah.
number one is, yes, for God's sakes, you're a socialist.
Or the mega rich are people too. He was a nice man. Gave me stock tips.
Or, yes, the transportation of the mega rich should be more tightly regulated. Didn't seem like he was safe.
By the way, that's my favorite one. Or you should be honoured by the presence of this Magus.
Magus.
Magus,
yeah.
isn't a mage. He was half Revacholian blood and amassed his wealth using the mysterious bond of nationhood.
Oh, no. I like the top one.
I like the number 3. It didn't seem like he was safe.
But in what way?
Like, in lots of ways. You can just ship people in a container, and then also he was bending light.
But I feel like it's like I didn't feel like he was safe. And we should take better care of.
Oh no, I feel like
the
he was dangerous
transportation.
goods.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's how that's interpreting it.
Ugh.
Can
See,
we say
I
that-
was interpreting it like that because the transportation of the mega rich, like they're a good or a substance.
Right. No, I think it's like we've got to take better care of them.
I really want to know how it interprets it now.
Yeah, you want me to click on it?
Yeah, I want to see how it
Okay.
interprets
You're
it.
a fucking idiot, Harry. I love it. Thank you for sharing this deep, idiotic part of yourself with me. A hallucinating market liberal. I love it. So poetic.
Fuck.
Which didn't really answer the
did not answer our
question that we had.
No.
I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry.
Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega rich person somewhere in
It was
this
up.
container.
Kim backed us up.
Kim backed us up. Okay, I don't think we care much about any of these right now.
The only one that sort of interests me is number 7. It turns out the strike has been served an alcoholic brew and made it even stronger.
Okay, let's say that.
I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. I love your initiative. Knowing you're out there keeping things running lets me focus on the big picture stuff. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger, stopped it, strike. I'm just going to let you surprise
We
me,
can't
Harry.
expect for that.
Okay. I know you guys all get frustrated when we don't ask questions that we already know the answers to, but I can't be fucked. So,
We'll leave it for now. Anyway, that's a good place to leave. Ooh. Oh, I thought.
Wasteland of reality.
There we go. We've had this one on for ages.
Congrats, you're sober.
Hey!
It'll take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon.
Okay.
Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple of weeks. In 2 months, you might start sleeping like a normal person. Full recovery will take years though. It'll be depressing. And it'll be boring. Don't expect any further rewards or hand claps. This is how normal people are all the time.
Hey,
What are the bonuses?
I think Harry deserves a huge round of applause for being controlled by me. Ooh.
What the fuck?
Boring!
Boring now.
You're gonna get your run through later, okay?
Yeah, I'm mad. Furious.
We get no positive effects from alcohol anymore.
Oh.
We have returned to the self in our psyche. We get -1 suggestion because we're boring. We get -1 inland empire because we're sober, which is funny because that's implying that all cops are drunk.
What? Yeah.
And -1 physical instrument because we've
And
got
then I
insomnia.
thought the other one was cops,
I must say,
not Inland Empire. I thought it was yeah, it's not coming to me. The French term.
oh, yeah, esprit de corps.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to look up what that means again. I must say, I thought we'd get more pluses from that.
Yeah, I don't think we get 3 negatives.
There we go.
Furious about that.
I'm cleaning up Harry's mind, whether he likes it or not.
And you know what? Even if we don't take the stat that gives us extra physical instrument for taking our shirt off next time, I'm still going to get naked and fight Measure Head.
Okay.
And real drunk.
I support you.
Yeah.
We've got 5 skill points at the moment,
Amazing.
so
Let's do some checks like we usually do. Do some checks. We're done with our thoughts, I think. Unless we want to get rid of some and redo some.
yeah, yeah.
But I suggest we do some checks and then add them to the thingamajig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We now have a new task for confronting the pigs and get your gun back.
Yeah, but it's time
We're
sensitive.
probably going to get shot at, so we're going to wear our armor for that, which we don't yet have the helmet for, which I feel like that's the most important part.
Yeah. Pretty vital, our head.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk out of this room. Do we know what Everard's brother is called?
Yeah, they did. Oh,
I don't know
I think
that
they told us, but I don't
I don't know that I actually believe that there's 2 of them. Like, what's going on with that?
Bizarre.
Yes, Izza wants us to check things, but I think we might be out of time, so maybe we'll leave that for the next episode.
Yeah.
I did kind of want to... It's 5:30.
It's 5:30.
I don't even need that alarm anymore, but I just like it because it tells me that it's 5:30.
I love that for you.
I'm kind of sad about the whole minuses, but I also feel like it's the vibe. It's the vibe of me ruining Harry's life by making his life better. Yeah. Okay, alright, we're gonna deal with this stuff later. We might talk to him on our way out. That was really interesting, wasn't it? It was a classic case of we thought we were just going to have 1 or 2 things to do. You know, like we're just going to pop in and tell them about the thing. And then
absolutely not. There
it took up the whole episode.
It did, but
I really want to go and talk to Joyce now.
yes. I mean, Ifrat did say
You can tell her.
Yeah,
She said.
Yeah,
he
he
said.
said. So we're gonna. I mean, probably we would have done what we wanted to do.
We've got nearly $100. I mean, no, wait, that's not how money works.
What?
I have my brain. You know
We're-
how time, like 60 is an hour? That's what my brain just did.
Nice.
So that's what it's like being dyslexic. There you go.
Friends, I hope you enjoyed that.
We did.
We had a great time. I hope that your New Year's went well.
Yeah. And your Christmas, if you celebrate, and your whatever, if you celebrate other things, and your nothing, if you don't celebrate anything at all.
Yeah, like last time, you get hugs from us.
Non-consensual hugs.
Whether you want them or not.
Virtual, though. They're not
Virtual.
physical.
Yeah,
We wouldn't give non-consensual physical hugs.
No, that's true.
Someone asked your husbands the other day, "Are you a hugger?" And
They were
like,
just like, absolutely not.
they just shook their head.
And then turned to me and were like, you're hugging. I'm like, yes! I'll hug the shit out of you.
We might tell you guys some more about our great adventures in the next episode.
Yeah.
I feel like there was more things to say about that. Oh, I jumped off a wharf twice.
Yeah, it was
into
so
the
good.
ocean, which took a lot of bravery
It was really cool.
both times.
Yeah. I witnessed the event.
Yes.
Memorialized it.
Yes,
Yeah.
as it didn't have talks with it,
No.
and also doesn't like the ocean.
Not particularly.
I mean, were you there for me? Like when there was like,
I watched you all come out and your... yes, I'm trying not to use names, but someone was telling me that there was like seaweed all through the bottom.
yeah, there was a lot. Like
Ugh.
we went from like. There's nothing to there's rocks to completely surrounded by seaweed, and I was just like,
It's touching you.
I was just
Touching you.
I don't worry about sea creatures when I'm going swimming unless I'm trying to put my feet down in seaweed. And you're like, there's gonna be crayfish in there, and there's gonna be fucking Kenna's a type of shellfish that we have. Is it
It's like
shellfish?
urchin, isn't it?
Urchin. Yeah.
Could be wrong
that's,
about that, but yeah.
that like is covered in spikes that we have in New Zealand. And people eat it and it's
Apparently
kind
it's delicious.
of good in its own way.
You've had it?
I have multiple times. It's very strange. It's definitely one of those things that if you grew up eating it, you'd
You love
probably
it.
think it was yum.
Yeah, fair enough.
But if you haven't, it's just kind of like it's the texture of sponge for one thing. So it's a weird texture because it's meat but sponge. And then usually it's like just like marinated in things, and then you just eat it.
It
It's not
sounds
like it's
decent.
cooked.
I'm vegetarian, so I'm not going to try it. But like, this sounds decent. Sounds fine.
It's kind of like the flavor of shiitake mushrooms,
oh yeah,
like
good.
real deep and funky.
Nice.
Yeah.
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 All right, friends. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah. See you then.
Bye.
Bye. Fuck, we're all over the show.
Yeah.